It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
What it do? What it do? Welcome to another episode of Let's Bet It. Got a big game 5 to talk about. Big game 5, man. Of course, y'all, we done probably talked about it enough with this game 4, man. And boy, if shit the bed, if you could put a picture of somebody or a logo of what it means to shit the bed, the Spurs logo would be right next to it, you know. So, you know, it's no secret. They blew a 30-point lead. The Knicks, man, just they were resilient, man. Showed their they just no words. But we got game 5 here. We got to talk about it. Can't stop. I'm not gonna ask how you're doing. Because I already know. How you feeling, bro?
I feel good, man. The city is healing. Yo, let me tell you something right now. It's a beautiful thing in New York. You can actually go outside right now and say, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? And somebody might actually say, hey, what's up? How you doing?
Yeah.
On a regular basis in New York, you say that shit to somebody like, the fuck are you talking about, bro? What are you talking to me?
Yeah.
The Knicks is healing the city one win at a time, bro. One win at a time.
This final series got some of these New York people actually acting like regular people.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And then there's the other group of people that's out here wilding for no damn reason. Those people ain't really Knicks fans. Let me just go ahead and tell you. Those are people that they'll be wilding no matter what. They just looking for a reason to come out and wild out.
I can agree with that. We had a lot of that in Indy. You know, obviously New York's not near as big as, or Indianapolis is not near as big as New York. So most people here are real Pacer fans. But we did have a few during the finals that just acted like jackasses. You could tell that they don't even watch basketball. You know what I'm
Every
saying?
fan base has them, bro. The fanatics, bro. They just like to rage.
Yep. LJ, how you doing, bro?
Hey, man. I have no complaints, brother. Living life, you know, taking care of my fam, doing what I'm supposed to do as a responsible adult, you know, and enjoying sports, man. You know, we talked about, you know, game 4. I'm still flabbergasted on how the Spurs lost that game. But, hey, it's game 5. Let's move on. Hopefully they can extend the series. So, hey.
Yeah, I see they brought the extender, Scott Foster, out today.
Hey, that's a good sign.
Let me tell you something. The NBA ain't never, ever beating the allegations of rigging games. Never beating the allegations. Never.
Nah. As soon as I saw the alert this morning come in that Foster was on the game, I said, man.
Bro, you said it to me and I had to go double check. I was like, I feel like he rage baiting me now. And then I went and I looked and I was like, oh my God, you cannot be serious right now.
You ain't think they wasn't going to put him on this game?
The only way it could have been worse is if they added him and Tony Brothers. Just created the all-star team of fuckery.
Yep.
That's probably game 7.
Nah, if it goes 7. It's done.
Mark my words, if there's a game 7, Brothers is going to be on it.
Brother, there ain't gonna be no game 7. Ain't gonna be no game 7. They should have wrapped tonight. It's over. Finished. Finito. If I knew how to say it in German, I would. It is done.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Spurs laying 5.5 at home, total sitting at 216.5. I mean, I've got a couple plays in this game. I'm probably gonna make another one on the total. This is what I'll say. The Spurs are not gonna shoot the way in the first half of this game the way they did in the first half of game 4. I don't think the Knicks will be as bad to start. I don't know, because and it's not indicative against the Knicks. The Spurs just start games fast, no matter who they're playing. And that's why that first quarter play has been such a wagon. And that's something I took. I got Spurs minus 1.5 on 365, I think, yesterday, and I laid quite a bit on it. You just human nature. you got to think that for one, the Knicks are going to be, or the Spurs are going to be pissed, beyond pissed. And honestly, I think the Knicks do have a little bit of an emotional letdown. It's just only human after doing what you just did. I'm just saying, if the Knicks would have won that game and they didn't have to win it the way that they did, I could take the emotional part out of it. But having to come back from 30, you know how much energy you got to exert to come back from 30 in the second half of a finals game? I think they come out a little flat. What you think, Can't Stop?
All right. I don't want to disagree with you too much, Don, because some of what you say is true. You know, coming back from 30 is traditional. I mean, if we're betting this in the regular season, we're hammering the other side because it's a letdown spot. But let me tell you something, man. As a person that has bet on the Knicks and against the Knicks, and I'm a clear Knicks fan, I will bet against them in a second because I know my team. But, bro, there's something special about this team. And I don't mean to say it to sound all cliche and all crazy like some kind of Knicks fanatics. Yo, I have been one of the biggest critics of my own team because if you're my team, I demand greatness, bro. I was raised on Jordan. I seen what greatness looked like. Okay? I'm not saying nobody out here gonna replicate Jordan, but you gotta have that killer instinct. The Knicks, man, they just find a way. This team is together. I'm not gonna fight you on the first quarter with the Spurs because I saw some crazy stat in the point differential in the first quarter with San Antonio that, I mean, it justifies why you take the first quarter. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I won't do it because some things are more important than money. I'm not betting against my team, not doing it because I firmly believe this game is over tonight. And I know you said I'm crazy, but one of my lotto bets tonight is Knicks to win by 20. Now, somebody gonna say, oh, you crazy, the Knicks ain't gonna win by 20. Well, let's just go ahead and just pull up something real quick. And before anybody come and say, oh, they had an easy path, let's not forget the same easy path that we had, everyone bet the other side. So how actually easy is that path if you bet the other side of the Knicks? The math don't math on that. You can't say the other teams that we had an easy path, but then we beat who you said we wasn't going to beat. The Knicks closed out Cleveland 37, closed out Philly 30, beat Atlanta 51. These are all closeout game numbers. I'm not saying they're going to drop a 50 piece on San Antonio, but if they beat them by 10 plus, 20 plus, I will not be surprised because mentally, how do you gather yourself? Realistically, take the Knicks aside from it. How do you gather yourself from losing a 30-point lead? Personally, I would struggle mentally to find it, to come back and beat that same team that just crushed your morale, bro. That's soul crushing. 30, bro. Come on now. Come on. Other than that, I got the same two plays I've been playing that keep paying the bills, keep cashing. OG Anunoby over points. I'm also sprinkling on OG 20 plus, maybe even 25 plus. And I'm taking Knicks money line again. I literally locked it in as the game finished. Mariska didn't even hug Jalen before I put that bet back in. I'm telling you.
This is what I'll say to my counter argument to how do they come back from this. I think if the Spurs blew that lead at home, I would absolutely say it's over tonight if this game is in New York. But the fact that they had them up 30 on the road, and now you blow that game, obviously, but now you come back home to your fans. And I think that's where they go. This is a young team and an emotional team. You see Wemby's ass crying all the time.
That's another reason I knew they wasn't going to win. Son over here crying. Fuck up out of here with that, son. Ain't no room for that here, bro.
But I think the home crowd is really gonna pick them up tonight. LJ, what you think, bro?
I mean, I can't refute anything that Can't Stop said. I mean, all those are facts, you know. But another thing that's been consistent, Can't Stop. What are the similarities of all three of those closeout games with the Knicks? They've all been on the road, in my opinion, right? Have they all been on the road?
Yes, they have been. Every closeout game has been on the road.
So I'm not mad at you because I believe the Knicks can win this game. but I also believe the Spurs are going to be desperate enough to try to not make that happen. So that's where I'm at. So I'm not taking the money line, but it just boils down to this, guys. I mean, it's simple. If the Spurs do not turn the ball over and stop taking ill-advised shots when you have the lead, I believe you can win this game. I think they're hurting themselves, bro. I don't necessarily think the Knicks are beating the Spurs. They're just taking advantage of the Spurs' mistakes.
Yep.
That's what I believe is happening because they've been ahead every single game, double-digit lead every single game. So the mistakes down the stretch is what I feel is haunting them. But the Knicks are dominating one category, guys. The second chance points. When they get the offensive rebound, they score. They take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? 17.7 second chance points are they're averaging in this series. So that's the discrepancy right there. If you keep the Knicks off the board and limit them to one possession, you probably will be up 3-1 right now, in my opinion. So if they can just limit their possessions, man, tonight, play desperate, don't tire out Wemby, because let's just say the Spurs have a substantial lead tonight. You need to get Wemby rest while you have that big lead, because he can come back at the end of the game and close. Because you see how the Knicks play pace stop. I've been watching them the past couple of years, and I can see they let the other team kind of wear themselves out like a rope-a-dope style, like Muhammad Ali. I'm going to let you get tired out throughout the game, let you exert all this energy. So when the fourth quarter comes, we can take over. And that's exactly what Brunson does. He looks at the clock. He's like, okay, it's time for me to make my presence known in this game. And that's exactly what he did in that fourth quarter. And other players feed off of that energy. So all that said, man, I believe the Spurs should get more minutes for Dylan Harper, my opinion, because he's a great playmaker. And I understand why coach doesn't play him in those situations, because if you look at Dylan Harper a couple of times, he makes a lot of silly turnovers. If he gets trapped, he's going to throw the ball away because he's trying to look for a play. Don't pick up your dribble. I think he needs to continue to keep dribbling the ball, going around, making moves to where he will have a clear path to make a play. Because once he pick up his dribble, they're going to double team him. You know what I'm saying? He's going to probably make a mistake. But all that said, he's back home now. Role players play better at home, in my opinion. And I believe he's going to have a good game. And I think he's going to get more minutes. You get what I'm saying? Because I think Fox, it's in his head. People have been talking about him. So, hey, I don't know how he's going to respond to that, you know? And I missed this angle of Mike Brown used to be his coach until they brought it up on the media.
Me too, bro. Me too.
You know,
I forgot about that.
I clearly missed that, you know, but now that's established.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It could be some mind games going with him, you know, in Fox right now.
Yeah.
Listen,
Fox. I actually remember that because he said something about something stupid that Fox did, fouling on a three-pointer, and literally Brown lost his job that next day. Sacramento fired him.
Yeah. So all that said, you know, we still understand that Fox should have pulled the ball out, but he's trying to make a play. You know, hey,
listen.
OG made a good play, though. I'm not going to say that OG didn't make a good play. He made a great play because they could have called the foul. You know what I'm saying? That play could have went all kind of ways. But the logical play was to pull the ball out because you have the lead. They have to foul you.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. And I've actually liked De'Aaron for most of his career. Right now, it's beef on everybody that's in the Spurs because you're not wearing the orange and blue. So understandably, it's beef. But outside of that, I'll be back to liking De'Aaron next season. Right?
Yeah.
I think De'Aaron's getting a lot of hate right now. Yes and no. It's not right because I understand what De'Aaron was trying to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're up by 1. I'm not going to lie. I would have done the same thing De'Aaron did. I would have tried to put us up by 3 and force the Knicks into a situation where you have to shoot the 3, where a tip-in will not beat us. A dunk will not beat us. I get it. You're one of the fastest players in the league. You don't think anyone could stop you. I think he should have went to the other side of the basket instead of going straight up. But hey, it worked out for us. But I don't think De'Aaron should be getting all this hate that he's getting right now because, I mean, had he dropped that bucket, ain't nobody would have been saying a thing. Everybody would be like, oh, my God, De'Aaron made such a great play to put the Spurs up. So whatever. As
Yeah.
far as Wemby, I feel like everyone's putting too much stock into this Wembenyama. He's an alien. I personally have never been one of those people to say, oh, a 7-footer is going to be this great blah, 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 because I understand archetypes. Especially you see it in anybody that's played 2K. In order to give, you have to give up something as well. So you could be 7'4" and you could do all this stuff, but there's other parts of your game that are going to be lacking, whether it's your conditioning, whether it's this, whether it's that. And the Spurs don't help it because Spurs all season, they really try to limit his play as much as they can to create longevity in his career.
Yeah.
Understand it. But times like now, that conditioning is working against you because the dude's getting tired. I don't think anyone is fully understanding how much energy it takes to move around a 7'4" body.
Oh,
on a
no, I
regular
understand,
basis.
K-Stop, because remember, we had Yao Ming at one point in our franchise.
Exactly.
I know exactly what you're talking
Exactly. It's not easy for these guys to just up and move around like they're De'Aaron, bro. They exert a lot of energy just doing regular things that me and you do. So
Yeah.
people have to look into this, bro. I'm tired of this crowning a person to be the next whatever, and they haven't won nothing, bro. Back in the days, you had to actually win something to be crowned something. Now these dudes get out of college. Oh my God, he's gonna be great. Oh my God. How many times have we heard that and seen a first-round pick look like an undrafted? And an
Yeah.
undrafted look like a first-round pick. Hard work beat talent when talent does not work hard. Old saying, and it's always true. I'm not saying Wemby's not a great player. I think he is very good, especially for his size. But I'm not crowning this man to be the new gatekeeper of the NBA, bro. Bro, in my opinion, and I know a lot of people gonna disagree with me on this, but if you know me, you know I don't say this lightheartedly. I would take Karl Anthony Towns over Victor Wembanyama. That's just me. And I've been Karl Anthony Towns' biggest critic. Oh my
Yeah.
God. I have no one has criticized Karl Anthony Towns more than this guy. But
Yeah.
I would take Towns, the new Towns, the Towns that I have seen in these playoffs, full potential Karl Anthony Towns. I would take that guy over Victor Wembanyama because that Towns can do everything. He can pass, he can defend, he can shoot, he can do anything that you need him to do. I think this Knicks team is just collectively a great team. I think the Spurs are also a great team. I actually rooted for them out the West. But I don't think they have enough to get over the hill. And that's not, to shoot them down. I believe, it's true. In order to win, you have to lose, bro. Think of the teams that we've seen win. You had to lose. You have to feel that disappointment. The Knicks had to feel that embarrassment from friggin' Halliburton over here where can't even make up his own celly, but coming over here with the Reggie Miller, right? We had to feel that in order to get back. And Dimes, I disagree with you on one thing here. I know you're saying that OKC was the better team last year, but I still think if Halliburton don't get hurt, Pacers are the NBA champions. No one can talk me off of that.
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
But I like all that. But let me just get to my play. This is how I'm gonna break it down. I'm with you on Down's first quarter. I'm with the Spurs, 12-3-2 in the playoffs in the first quarter. I mean, you can't go against that. It's happened, pretty much all season. So they've been the best first quarter team pretty much. So I'm gonna ride with the first quarter Spurs. Now, interesting enough, I'm gonna tell y'all, whoever wins the third quarter has won the game, guys. And the Knicks, 14-2-2 to the third quarter in the playoffs are the Knicks. The Spurs have lost the last 3 in this series. You see what I'm saying? So the Knicks have been dominating that third quarter coming out of halftime. So if they do that again today and they're down, I'm putting it live for the Knicks to win the game. I mean, that's just what I'm going to do because it's been happening consistently throughout the series. So I'm on the Spurs first quarter and I'm on the Knicks plus 5.5, man. If the Spurs don't win this game, I don't think they're going to cover this spread because like K-Stop saying, any simple mistake that the Spurs make, the Knicks seem to capitalize off that mistake. So, not saying they're going to make a lot, but I still feel they're young enough and inexperienced still to probably make 1 or 2 in those crucial situations. So, that could be the difference in this minus 5.5 spread. Because I think everybody think is that the Spurs are going to win this game handily, and I think all the people want to bet the Spurs. So I'm going to go contrary and just bet the Knicks cover the spread. Not going to take the money line unless they're coming back in that third quarter. That's going to be the difference with me. So
You know,
those are
LJ,
my plays, huh?
I want to piggyback off something you said, because one thing I think people are not thinking about is everyone's just looking at Knicks versus Spurs, right? Lineup for lineup, players for players. Not enough people are handicapping the coaching here. Okay, Mike Brown is a superior coach to Mitch, and I'm not saying Mitch is a bad coach. I think he's actually a pretty good coach. That's why I know he ain't getting fired. I know the Spurs have some faith in him to keep replicating this and eventually get them over the hump for a championship. But people aren't giving Mike Brown a credit. Bro, I read something that, and correct me if I'm wrong, when the Warriors were undefeated in the playoffs, Mike Brown was the coach before Kerr stepped in at the end. Right or wrong?
I believe you're correct, because I think Kerr he went away. I think
he
you know
came
what I'm
back
saying?
for the finals.
Yeah, you're right. You're exactly right.
When Golden State went undefeated on that run, Mike Brown was the coach. Mike Brown has been around, huh?
I think it was Luke Walton.
I think it was Mike Brown.
Because remember, Steve Kerr had went away for like some type of thing. Something was going on. I don't think medically or something. I mean, y'all can look it up.
Mike Brown was the assistant at the time.
Go ahead, can't stop. Let me check.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up.
But with Mike Brown, bro, Mike Brown's been around. He's worked with some of the best. He's served under some of the best. This man is of the OCD type of nature, bro. I'm a little OCD myself, and people that are OCD are very, very meticulous. And that right there is how I know Mitch don't got it from Mike Brown, bro, because Mike Brown is meticulous. He's not just sitting there like Tibbs, hands crossed the whole time, not doing anything. That's what was pissing people off about Thibodeau. Mike Brown is consistently watching the game and finding where to make the adjustments. And if you go and coach for coach, Mike Brown got this wrapped up. And I will say this last thing. I know this shit is over because San Antonio is banning ticket sales to New York residents. Once I start hearing that, it just confirms what I know. You're cooked, man. It's time to tuck that taco, baby. It's over.
Yeah. Hey, I ain't mad, man. Like I said, the Knicks, they could possibly win tonight, but I'm a person that I just feel they should win it on their home court, because it's so disrespectful for you to win a championship on a visit. Like, that would be so disrespectful.
But that's the best part, LJ. Bro, that is, me would love to win it on your home court. When I win, I want to drink your champagne. I want your confetti to rain on me. I want your announcers saying my name. I want to go and visit your bars, patron your restaurants. I want y'all to have to clean up all our mess. That's good for me, and it's good for you, right?
Okay.
Because we win, we get our championship deservedly, and you get to feel that embarrassment. And from that embarrassment, a new foundation will be born. A championship foundation will be born. You got to lose to win, man. You got to taste defeat before you taste victory, baby.
Hey,
so I did look that up. So we're both right, because there were two times where Kerr had to step away for his back.
Okay.
First time Luke Walton took over and led them to a 19-0 start. Then the second time he had to do it, Brown led him to a 12-0 start.
Okay, cool.
Okay, there you go.
Damn, flowers for Luke Walton, man.
Yeah.
another look that I'm gonna bet as soon as I get back in the house. Wembanyama under 3.5 blocks, 16-5 to the under in the playoffs.
I'll tell you on that one. I'll go with you on that one.
I have that part of a parlay that I was going to say once we're done. I have a 5-player parlay that I will give out.
Okay. Trying to think. Oh, another play that I made yesterday. The first quarter under 56.5. I went back and looked at game fives. So prior to the bubble, these first quarters were flying over. After the bubble, for some reason, these last four final, the first quarter is averaging 47 points per game.
Interesting.
And you got this line. I like the under anyway, but like I said, I don't think the Spurs come out as hot as they did in game 4. And I think the Knicks positively regress a little bit. So I think their offense gets a little bit better, but I think the Spurs drop off offensively will be enough for this to land under 56.5 for the first quarter. So that's another play that I'm officially on. To
Let me
be
ask you
honest,
something. Doc, would you say you've seen the best play from the Spurs yet in this series?
in the first half of Game 4,
No. Oh, so you say that was their best? Like that was their best fastball they could throw out there.
no, because they were on the road when they did that. Now, if they were at home and they did that, yes. But when you got the crowd behind you, like I said, this is a young team. So I'm not saying that the first. Matter of fact, I can guarantee that the first half of this game is not going to be like Game 4.
I think the first half going under.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think the full game is going under, but I
Me
haven't
too.
called it yet.
Yeah.
To be honest with y'all, man, I haven't really looked at the W yet. I'm gonna probably do that work later on.
Me neither.
So I don't have a ton to talk about in the W. What about you, LJ?
Nah, I didn't have none either.
Okay. Well, I think we covered this real good, man. Let's get over to our top play.
I also want to say before this whole thing started, I had seen a stat that the Knicks were one of three other teams. I forgot what exactly the stat metric was that they were a part of, but they were part of one of three other teams that came into the finals same way. All three previous teams all won the championship. All three previous of those teams won the series 4-1. I already bet the Knicks to win this series 4-1 before this shit started. I'm well on track to cash that shit today, baby.
What's that?
Well on track to cash that today, baby.
What's the odds on that?
Let me see. What did I get that at? I'll tell you right now, because I had played it on Fanatics. I was like, what?
Okay.
In 5,
While you
I can
doing
see
that, let me throw out my parlay that I got. If the Spurs gonna lose this game, I believe the players are gonna play very, very hard and give it all they got. So I got a 5-player Spurs parlay. Let's start off with Dylan Harper, over 24.5 PRA. He's hit it 4 out of his last 6 games, and I believe he's gonna get the more minutes tonight to catapult him over there. Because
I do too.
he's a baller, bro. Like I said, he's a rookie. He still makes a little bit mistakes, and I can live with that because he still has to learn. But far as his aggressiveness, his relentless, and not scared of the moment, bro, he's one of a kind to me. So yeah, Dylan Harper over 24.5 PRA. I'm gonna pair that with Castle, 5+ rebounds, 11-3 last 14 games. He's hit that 5+ rebounds, and I believe the Spurs are gonna have to rebound and keep the Knicks from getting second chance points. So I'm going to add him. I'm going to put Fox on there too. Fox +3 rebounds. He's hit that 9 out of his last 12 games. And I'm going to put Vassell, 2+ threes, 14-3 in his last 17 games in the playoffs. He's hit 2+3. That's why they got it at 2.5. Because he doesn't get that rarely, but he'll get that too. He hit 5 the last game, but coming back home, I believe he can get 2. So 2+ for Vassell. Last one, I'm with you, Dons. I got Wendy's 3+ because it's 3.5. So to bring it down, 3+. He's hit that 11 out of his last 13 games. He's had 3+ blocks. So all those paired together, +600 parlay I got. You know what I'm saying? So if they gonna go out, I want to go out with a bang if they lose this game. So that's my parlay. But my official play, Spurs first quarter, Knicks +5.5 on my officials.
Yo, LJ, those odds were the series 4-1 was +1200.
That's gonna be a nice one, bro.
I'm sitting on it right now. I'm just waiting. Because
you can hedge, you can bet the Spurs today. You don't even matter than you.
I could. I'm really just gonna see how the game play. I'm looking for some live bet opportunities, but right now, my main bet is Knicks money line, OG over points. And I'm also going to lock in OG 20+ points, maybe even a sprinkle on OG 25+. And I want to ask you guys a quick question.
What's up?
Quick question. If the Knicks were to win the championship, who would be your pick for the MVP?
Tonight. I believe it depends on tonight because let's say Brunson have a good game. I think they're
Okay.
gonna give it to him. If OG now, I think Carl is out, my opinion,
Yeah, he's
because the
gone.
last 2 games
He's
he
gone.
hasn't showed up. So I think it's out of OG and Brunson. My opinion.
Yep.
Whoever has the better game is gonna win that.
I agree. It's not a clear cut right now. You know, if like LJ said, if Brunson has a good game, I think Brunson gets it if they win it. But right now, my pick is OG, man. So
Me too. I've been saying there. I know some people are gonna fight me on this, but I don't think there's been a player on the Knicks or in the playoffs in general that has been more efficient on the ball than OG Anunoby in this postseason. I can't think of one. If you could tell me one, I can't think of a single player, bro.
I
And
can
I'm
go back
including-
to when y'all got OG, because I said, why you trading OG in the division? You know what I'm saying? He's coming from Toronto to the Knicks. That's gonna make the
Yep.
Knicks so much better. And if you look at the winning percentage since OG got there,
Yup.
he's the number
Bro,
one winning percentage.
man-
If he's not in the
man-
game, they have a low percentage to win.
Man is a certified dog. Ain't nobody on the team scoring more efficiently than OG, and that's Brunson included. I know Brunson's stat line at the top level, it looks very good. 30 plus points. But when you really dive deep into his metrics, bro, is not shooting the ball efficiently. In fact, his
No.
low efficiency has been hindering the team in a little bit. OG, when he gets the ball, bro, OG's the only person out there playing like he ain't scared of nobody, bro. Like, by far, my favorite player on the Knicks, bro. He's out there dunking on Wemby like Wemby's 6'2", bro. He don't even care. But that's also because OG is the only player playing right now in this series, I believe, unless I'm wrong, that actually has a championship. Who actually knows what it takes to win.
yeah,
And he played with Kawhi, bro. All that Kawhi-ness, I see it on him. It's rubbing
Yeah.
off on this guy, bro.
So my looks: Spurs first quarter -1.5, first quarter under 56.5. Wemby under 3.5 blocks. And that's all I got right now. I'm more than likely going to be playing the under 216.5.
Me too. I might get there too.
I think it's going to be a rock fight. I'm almost tempted to take the Spurs first half because I feel like if they win the first quarter, they're going to be up by enough to win the half. But that second quarter ain't been good to them. I may not touch it, but W, real quick, a couple of plays that I'm looking strong. Well, one that I've made, you can't get that number anymore. Wings fire, I got it under 171.5. I still endorse it at 170. Page is questionable. So I just I'm hinging on her.
Damn, I wanted to play her today too. Damn,
Yeah,
I didn't even know she was questionable.
She was questionable yesterday, so I jumped on it. So, you know, it's one of those plays where if Paige doesn't play, it's probably gonna cash. If she does, I'm still willing to ride it out because Portland plays good D at home, and also Aces and Links. This is probably gonna be one I watch. This comes on at. Oh no, I'm not gonna be watching.
Are the Aces on the road?
No,
They're
I think
home.
it's at like 8
Yeah.
o'clock.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
at 8
Aces at
o'clock.
home.
No.
Why would they do that?
Bro, I've been saying it that the W needs to switch to AI scheduling because whoever they have scheduling is terrible
I would-
at this, bro.
Especially this is a Commissioner Cup game. Both teams are undefeated in
Terrible,
the
bro.
Cup. You got to move that game to the afternoon on a day like today, man.
Whole Saturday block, they just missing it.
But this number has went up, and I don't agree. I think this is a Commissioner Cup game. They're both tied at the top, undefeated. I think you're gonna see more of a playoff style situation with them. So the under 175.5, haven't bet it, but more than likely I will. So that's all I got. Y'all got anything else?
I got something for you, gentlemen. I got a trivia question for you.
Let's go.
Both of y'all. You mentioned Can't Stop. You mentioned Karl Anthony Towns and Wemby. So number one picks. Either one, whoever wins is gonna win the championship. So question. What was the last number one pick to win an NBA championship?
Was it Braun?
It was Braun and AD when they won in the bubble. But somebody did it after them recently. give you 5 seconds to think about it. Because I don't want y'all to Google. I just want y'all to think about it. The last number 1 NBA overall pick to win an NBA championship. And he doesn't have to be the main guy, because I know y'all thinking that. It could just
That's
be on
what
the
I'm
roster.
thinking. I'm
Yeah.
like, it's Giannis.
But he
Giannis
doesn't
number
have to
one
be the
pick?
main guy, but he is a starter. But he doesn't have to be the main guy.
I don't know.
What's up, Dimes? You give up?
Nah, man. Hold on.
Okay. Like I said, recently, it ain't been long. It happened right after the bubble. After LeBron and AD did it, it happened right after that.
It's somebody on the Warriors.
It is.
It's somebody on the Warriors. I know it is.
Yep.
Damn.
I'm really trying to think of
Andrew
Warriors
Bogut.
roster.
Huh?
Oh,
Who?
is it Andrew
Andrew
Bogut?
Bogut.
No.
I give up.
I give up. Dang, I don't want to.
You were super close, Dimes. First name right.
Andrew Wiggins.
Yo, I
There
forget
you
Wiggins,
go.
Wiggins got a ring. I always forget that.
Yes, sir. You are correct. Andrew Wiggins in 2014 with the Warriors.
Wow, I forgot about that.
So, yeah, that's my trivia question. I'm going to have one for y'all every time we do a show. That's what you're
Say
missing.
that. That's cool.
That was a
That's
good one.
cool. That's a good one.
Because I got a lot more.
All right, fellas, we're gonna get up out of here. Everybody enjoy y'all's day. Enjoy Game 5, and we'll be back to talk about Game 6. I assume that'll probably be because they give him an extra track.
I'm saying if there's a
Game 6,
if there's a Game 6, sir, what you talking about? You kind of jump in there.
Game 6, Dre, you crazy? It's done. It's over.
Yeah,
Finish.
I think if there was one though, it was so today's Saturday. They give them 2 days if they got.
They play Tuesday because I'm off Tuesday. I hope it's a Game 6 because I'm off on Tuesday.
Yeah, so it'll be Tuesday.
Yeah,
Nah,
I hope
man.
it is.
It's done tonight. On Wednesday, we at the parade. You heard? Chopped cheeses and bacon, egg, and cheeses for everybody in the crowd. You heard?
All right,
It's over
y'all.
tonight.
We about to get up out of here. Peace out.
Let's get it.
If you broke, try to have a nice day. If you're fat, try to have a nice day. If you're skinny, try to have a nice day. If you got a big head, try to have a nice day. If your mama's ugly, try to have a nice day. If your daddy whoop your ass, try to have a nice day. If a dog bite you in the ass, bite him back and try to have a nice day. Try to have a nice day. See, that's my theme. Try to have a nice day. I'm about to leave right now. I'm going to try to have me a nice day. All right. Try to have a nice day.